Can you hear me well? Let me know in the chat. In this live stream, we are going to go through an exterior render. We already have the model here in SketchUp. I got it from the warehouse, and I'm going to go from start to finish into completing this whole render, this exterior render. It is a mixed-use building with apartments, and we're also going to go through everything as always, through composition, through materials, through lighting, visual settings, and obviously the final render. In the meantime, I'm going to wait for you guys to join in this live stream and follow me through this whole journey today. This is probably going to take about an hour and a half, maximum 2 hours, I think. That's usually the timeline that we do these renders for. However, in the meantime, please let me know if you can see the screen, if you can hear me well, and also please let me know where you guys are from. I love to hear that from you. I love to know more about the demographic of the audience, and feel free to write that down in the chat, because honestly, I do not want to start doing anything in any of the steps until you guys let me know if you can hear me well and where you guys are watching from. And I'm going to be looking out here on the chat. I'm going to be waiting for your answers. Obviously, along the live stream, you can ask any questions that you think I am able to answer to the best of my capabilities. And after that, I'll just get right back to the render. So let me just go through around the whole thing. So as you can see right now, I think the best angle to get this from is from something like this. And the other thing that I think could consume a lot of our time is probably the surroundings. In my experience, when something is as done as this in terms of the actual modeling and textures and everything, obviously we still need to modify these textures. The part that's going to take the most time is probably going to be the surroundings, the landscape, the roads, infrastructure, maybe adding some people in and all of that. But yeah, I'm still waiting for you guys to comment in to let me know if you can hear me well, if the audio is fine, and also if you can see the screen and where you guys are watching from. In the meantime, I'm just going to check something real quick. Perfect. Okay, so good evening from Cambodia. Nice to have you here, Sofa. Glad that you joined and watching through this. Anyway, first step, as always, I'm gonna go with the composition. Now, I'm just gonna double click to get closer to our model here. First things first, as always, I'm gonna go to the visual settings. We're gonna set up the composition. This is probably just gonna be baseline, so we're probably gonna set up only the baselines first, the baselines of the composition, of the materials, of the lighting, and then once we're done with all the baselines or the minimum viable, I guess, settings of them, then we're gonna do a full round of fixing them up every single one of those phases. But as of now, first thing, I'm gonna go to camera and I am going to select 2-point perspective. This will straighten out the vertical lines here. Then I'm gonna go to render quality, turn this up to ultra, and I'm going to decrease the field of view to something like 60. And you're gonna see later on how that will look. Watch from Qatar, Enscape user here, shout out. Thank you for watching, Daniel from Qatar. We have Sofa from Cambodia. So we have people from different sides of the world joining us here. Anyway, so next up, I'm going to go to output, I'm going to go to custom, and I'm going to set it at 1080 by 1350, and I'm going to turn on these save frame tool, but maybe let me check. So I want to keep it full screen for the live stream, just that way there's no black bars here at the sides, and it's just easier for all of you to watch too. Anyway, so what I think a good angle could be here, I'm thinking of something more bird's eye view. Now, I mean, not bird's eye view, I'm thinking eye level. So something like this can work. We're gonna check it out later on as well, but let's see. I'm gonna leave it at something like this. I'm gonna go at creative view and I'm gonna type in camera 1. I'm gonna click create. And then right after that, I want to go ahead and fix up some of the surroundings, because honestly, that is the part that I'm the least happy about. Obviously, also the materials need a lot of tweaking. Ciao from Italy. I'm also following the 14 days for realistic learning. That's great. Nice to have you here as well. It's honestly a pleasure to have you joining the live stream as well. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna go to the Enscape material library. I'm gonna go to grounds, and let me just choose grass 04 firstly, and I'm gonna apply this grass on these parts. Well, not the whole thing. I'm gonna go inside this part if I can. Let me divide this out. So I'm gonna try to do something like this. Okay, this part as well. And then I'm gonna do the same over here. Let's divide this part as well. So this is supposed to be grass and landscape. And then I think as far as grass goes, we should be fine for everything like around the building. Now, the other thing I want to do is let me add a whole surface here. I'm gonna group this and I'm gonna move this a bit further down. So maybe something like, let's say 0.5. And well, I mean, this is gonna be the sidewalk, so this is probably gonna need to be even more. So let's do 29.5 centimeters firstly. And then now I can select this and I can pull this downwards. Maybe it is a bit too much, but we're gonna check that later on. However, I just know for sure that the main ground, I'm gonna leave it as, well, I'm gonna leave it as asphalt, or let me see if you have anything else. Nope. Road. Is this what? Yeah, it's called roads. So I'm just gonna choose this one for now. And then we're gonna see how we can model all the surroundings. I don't like these division lines, so let me try another road material. One that doesn't have those division lines. Let's see this one. Yeah, this one is a bit cleaner. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it still does the job better than what we had previously. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna go right here. I'm gonna pull this all the way down, and I'm gonna pull this on this side. I'm gonna pull it on this side as well. And let me go to grass. I'm gonna select like this. And probably what I'm thinking is I'm probably gonna frame something with a tree here, and probably on this side just to add more to the composition. Anyway, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna do a line. Perfect. Let me go from here to this. Okay, I'm gonna pull this downwards. Let me move it on this side and pull this all the way through. As you can see, we are fixing the surroundings as of now, and I think we are doing a good job overall. What I would add is probably something on this side. So yeah, okay, now what I'm gonna go is I'm gonna go ahead at the Enscape material library, and I'm gonna try and add a sidewalk. So I'm gonna go to pavement, I'm gonna choose pavement 01, I'm gonna import it, and then I will just apply it right here. I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and then what I can do is I'm also gonna go to the concrete material. I'm gonna get concrete 04, and I'm just gonna apply it here on these sides. Now the curbs, that is gonna be a bit of a challenge for like these parts over here, but I think we can figure something out. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm also going to go to the asset library. I'm going to add some buildings at a distance over here, maybe something even further in the back, because we just need a lot more context. Ayo, what's up? Nice to have you here in the chat as well. Thank you for joining in and watching. As always, feel free to let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm always interested to see and hear more about it. Anyway, street props. I'm going to scroll down. Let me try and find, let's see, something like this. I'll add it over here. There's probably, I'm gonna add some more ways on which we can improve the context of the surroundings. We're just gonna leave things like this as of now, but later on, you'll see what I mean. Anyway, let's add this here. And then I'm gonna add probably a taller building on the back here. Let me just scale this up. Oh, not that much, sorry. perfect. I don't think that's gonna work. Anyway, let's just leave it like this for now. Something else I'm going to add to the surroundings, I'm probably going to add some hedges over there. So I'm going to go over here at, wait 1 second, vegetation, yeah. And I'm going to type in hedge. And at the hedges, I usually use these ones, so I don't feel the need to switch them out. But anyway, I'm going to increase this in size. And let's see, does it look too big? No, I think it looks all right. I'm gonna do this. Let me move it a bit closer to the other one. And now I'm just gonna copy these. We're gonna add trees over there. I mean, my focus right now is the surroundings because, as I said, that's gonna be the part that takes the most time. So I'm just gonna take a lot more time into adding more and more context to these surroundings. Also, keep in mind, in these live streams, I'm always trying to cut through all of the shortcuts possible. My goal here is to get and capture as much elements and include as many different settings of rendering as possible in an hour and an hour and a half of live streams. And these are not supposed to be perfect, but a lot of times I'm quite happy with the quality that we can come up with in these live streams for the limited amount of time that we have. Anyway, so what is next? Missed the intro, sorry. What is the project from Ethiopia? I mean, the project is a mixed-use building, but mostly apartments. So yeah, that's what's going on as of now. Anyway, so what I'm gonna go right now is I'm gonna go to the 3D warehouse and let me just type in sidewalk curb. So something like these can work. I'm not sure how we're gonna do the corner though. Maybe I'll have to blend it in somehow with vegetation because that's gonna take a lot of time to model, and I'm not sure that I would want to do that. But anyway, I'm taking this off. I'm taking all of these off. I'm gonna go right here. So I think what we've done is this might be a bit too low. So we're gonna increase this, good. And I'm going to, 1 second, I'm going to copy this all along for, I don't know, 15 times, I guess. Well, these also need to have some space between them, right? So something like this would work probably better. Then I'm gonna select this material and I'm gonna make it a bit darker. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna select it, copy them, and yep, let's just do 8x. Cool. One thing that we need to take care of here at the entrance, we need to take these off. And I'm gonna need to draw a rectangle. I mean, something like this can work. Let me just be a bit more precise. Okay. Let's just take this off as well. Okay, so now we have that whole segment selected. I mean, the whole thing shouldn't be like that, but anyway, let me try and do something like this. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to draw a ramp here, especially in entrance, because that's usually what we find in entrances like these. There's probably more detailed ways that we can go on about, as always. I'm just trying to do whatever the shortest route possible for this option is. Anyway, that's what I wanted to do anyway. But I'm gonna select these and I'm gonna copy them for this other direction as well. Let me select this here as well. I mean, is this adding any detail? I think just a tiny bit. It's not that visible, but who cares at the end of the day? I'm gonna click move, I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna go just like this. And for the curb, we're probably gonna need to add some vegetation here or something because, yeah. Anyway, what else is important? Let me try and add some framing with the trees right here. That will help for the composition as well as for context. I'm gonna go to tree. I'm gonna scroll down further. I'm gonna choose, what about this one? So if I, this one is too small. I don't think that's gonna do it. What about a larger one? Let me type in oak. I find the oak tree models are usually better in Enscape. At least that's from my experience. However, this is going to need to be larger. And yeah, something like this, framing like this always happens. And let me just save the file first, because if you've been part of the live stream previously, you will notice that it crashes a lot of the time. But yeah, anyway, let me continue. Now I want to add some irregularities into the landscape. Another thing that I want to do is I want to make this grass a bit darker. Or maybe I can just replace this grass texture completely. Let me find a good grass texture that I usually use, like for my real projects. So I'm gonna go over here, Enscape resources, new grass, or is it add materials? Yes. So it's this one, and I usually just go a bit darker with it because it's just way too bright. Wait, let me reset the color and let me go like this. I think something right here in the middle works great. Maybe even lower. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think this can work. Let's leave it like this for now. Let me go to the asset library. Let me go to multi-asset placement. We're going to select the paint bucket tool. I'm going to go to vegetation. I'm going to go to bush. I'm going to select this. I'm just going to select a bunch of random vegetation just because I want more variety into our landscape. I'm going to increase the density. Let's see what, that's way too much. That almost seems like, I don't know. That's just not natural. And something like this can work. So I guess something like this can work. Let me just place it here once again. I'm gonna confirm the placement, apply the changes, and we're gonna move on with the rest. So maybe I can do this here as well. But for these, I definitely want to increase the intensity. Confirm placement, apply changes. Confirm placement, apply changes. No, not here. Wait, not here either. Over here. Confirm placement, apply changes, and for the one in the back, we're gonna, no, yes, okay, got it. Confirm placement, apply changes. Let's go back. Let's go here at the camera 1. And yeah, so I'm gonna add some more like bigger bushes here at the front because that's gonna help us create some depth and frame this even better. So what I'm gonna do is, let me go to the asset library. I'm gonna do these ones manual because I want to be more in control of where I place these bushes. So I'm gonna go over here. This one is definitely one that I would like to choose. And then the rosemary bush, I think that can work too. Let's see what else we can get here. Something like this. No, not really. To be honest, I'm not looking too close into the combinations, like the actual combinations, which work and which doesn't, and which work and which don't in terms of the landscape and the plants combinations. But I'm just trying to get like an overall feel of it. So this one, if I can make larger, that would be great. Maybe let's keep it here on the right as well. And then if I can get like a bigger one, is this too big? Let's see. So maybe I can do something like this, switch this around with rosemary bush, maybe increase this in size, or let's switch this around. Let's push these down a bit. Let's move this a bit on the right. No, I'm just trying to play around with the landscape here, but anyway, let's see what we can do. Let me go to the visual settings. Let's go to sky. Let's go to skybox, load skybox from file, and I'm just gonna go here and I'm just gonna import an HDRI for now. I'm gonna go for the midday HDRI. I'm gonna do brightest point as sun direction, and I'm gonna rotate it maybe something like this, but we'll see how everything will turn out later on. Let's just leave this as it is right now. What I'm gonna do next is I want to try and switch around this brick for something else. So if I go over here, I'm gonna load another brick material that I have from my resources here in the computer. Let's see if something like this would work here. This is way too small. I'm gonna do 150 on this. Let's just wait a few seconds until it loads. I think something like this can work fine. Maybe even 180. I could be more precise and just measure everything, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference. Anyway, this, and then for the one over here, I'm not sure what exactly we should do. But anyway, let me go back. No, we don't need this. Hello, Olani. Thanks for joining in and watching us. Let me save the file once again. By the way, we will add a lot more context to this. So trees in the back, people over here walking, cars. I mean, just more vegetation. And then we're probably gonna have some HDRI options, which I would love for you guys to stick around until that, because I'll always try to include you guys in that process as well to help me out pick which one is the best. But regarding this one, I'm gonna try and see if I can use, I don't think I will be able to use it, but maybe I just change the color of it. Maybe I think something like this can work. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Anyway, let me go to the Enscape material editor. I'm gonna choose the brick material, and now I'm gonna go through the height map. I'm gonna add displacement. So let's choose displacement here. This may be too much, or is it? I think that's fine, honestly. Let's just leave it like that. And then for the reflections, I'm gonna add the roughness texture here, and that's gonna make a huge difference as well. So let me go intensity, Enscape resources, materials, brick, roughness. Yep. Displacement seems too much now, but if I lower it down to default, we should be fine, or are we? Let's do 0.5. Maybe it's just the reflection of the actual sun that's not helping us here, but maybe I can try and make it darker. Not bad. I think darker looks better. Anyway, this metal, aluminum, whatever sheet, this, I don't like it. So I'm gonna go to metals, and I'm gonna scroll. It's probably supposed to be something like this. So I'm gonna import this one, and let me try and see if this makes any difference in the way that it actually looks. Yeah, I think this will look better, because these ones are too big, and I mean, it's not very well optimized for that. Anyway, and then for the windows, I'm not sure if we should keep these white or silver, or we should just make these something like this. Now I'm gonna select this. Let me make it a bit grayish. Let me lower the roughness, metallic 100%. One of your content that talks about organizing daily tasks has helped me a lot. Love you, bro. Which one? I'm actually not sure which one talks about organizing daily tasks. But yeah, I mean, I like also spreading tips about productivity whenever I find the room to do that. Obviously, this is not a productivity channel or anything like that, but when I see room into helping in that direction, I love to talk about that as well. Anything that I can do. Anyway, specular, let's increase it, roughness, something like this, I guess. Anyway, from Nigeria, nice to have you here from Nigeria as well. Thanks for joining in. Is this supposed to be wood? So it's plywood. Let's see if we can find something that can replace that. I think something a bit more natural, like this one, could work better. Or maybe wood for 48. Let me try and apply wood 48 wherever we have this texture. Let's see. This over here. I'm not sure about that one. I'm gonna take care of that later on. Cool. Anyway, what we need to do here. Wait, what is up with this? Yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine. Let's go back to camera 1. Perfect. Let's go to the asset library. I'm gonna go over here and go to trees. I'm gonna add more trees, especially here in the distance, and we're gonna check how that will look later on. I can't wait to try out some different HDRI options as well, because I'm just not happy with this one. I think we can add some better HDRIs later, which will help us with everything here. All right, let's go and try another tree just to add more variety. So maybe this one. Perfect. This one closer to here. Let's add a tree right here. Maybe something right behind the actual hedge. Let's see. I want to test out things. I mean, that's too many. I don't want that. Cool. So what else can we add here? I mean, we can definitely edit more of the materials over there, but I'm not looking into that for now. Maybe something that will help is selecting this and making this metallic and reducing the roughness of it. So let's go roughness 30%. Let's go metallic 100%. We can do some tweaking on this concrete. Maybe I do the final touches on the materials later on. Right now, what I can do is, let me go to the asset library. Let me go to multi-asset placement. Let me go and select people. I'm gonna type in people walking. I do not want to add too many, but yeah, we probably could have a few here, like 6, 7, something like that. Anyway, let's just press this and see what happens. That's way too much. It almost looks like a concert. Regenerate. Confirm placement, whatever. Let's see how this will turn out. So let's just do some rotation of the ones that get attention, because we wouldn't want them walking towards weird directions or anything like that. This part, I'm not sure how we're gonna cover this. Maybe this looks way out of proportion. I guess something like this can cover that curve there. Anyway, what else? Why is she walking towards the grass? Let's remove her. This couple needs to go home, not towards the park. These guys need to go over here in the back. This woman, what is she doing there? You need to be in the kitchen. I'm just kidding. This couple needs to go back here, and then this needs to be walking towards the entrance, I guess. Anyway, let's move on with the rest of the stuff here. So let's add some cars here at the parking as well. Vehicles. Let's choose, I don't know, maybe, I don't like Audi, so I'm not going to input an Audi. This Mercedes, oh, it's a wagon. I don't like wagons either, but at least it's a Mercedes. Anyway, let me move this downwards. Let's take it on this side. Then what I can do is, that was unexpected. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just kidding. This car, no, that's too much. Joseph, are you here? Um, what can we add here for more context? I think if we have a car dropping someone off, that could be cool. Let's see. This old BMW, I don't like it. I'm trying to find, like, honestly, I'm probably overthinking the car part. The thing is, I don't want something super like extravagant and looking super out of context. I want something that matches well here. So maybe this can be almost like dropping someone off, I guess. And then how can we add more context to this? I'm not sure. Or maybe this can be a parking as well. Sure. Let me add some parking lines. Let's go over here. Street props. Do we have parking lines here? I don't think so. Yeah, maybe I can add some fire hydrants, I guess, right here. That could help for context. That over there. Let's add some more in the distance, and then this close to the door. Okay, perfect. Now, is it too much? It's catching a bit too much attention, I guess so. I don't think, I mean, let's see. Oh yeah, I think we can add some lights. I think adding some lights would help with the context here. People need lights at nighttime to walk around, so yep. Mellows really want to ask you a question. Go ahead, Nufiu. I'm right here. Let me scroll. Street props. Is there lights here, or are they at the lighting section? Garbage bins. Yep, we need those as well. I think I will add these at the other side of sidewalk. So let's add this. Let me copy it once again. Let's add it here. Another one right there. Another one right there. And I'll just add a few here near the entrance as well. Cool. Anyway, if you guys have joined in, let me know where you guys are watching from. Always interested to hear more about your background, your demographic. When did you start learning 3D rendering, and how maybe you found this channel? I've been following you both on Instagram and YouTube. Big fan of yours. Thank you. I appreciate that. Since your name, your brand scale, yeah, that was like a year ago, I think. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Anyway, I think these need to be darker. And what else can we add here? I think context-wise, it looks okay. Maybe another car there would help. But other than that, I have learned a lot from you. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm glad I was able to help. Let's add a Volkswagen. Cool. Parking lines, I mean, those can help as well. So maybe let's add some. Why did you change to the scale? Why did I change the brand name scale? Well, honestly, I saw an opportunity to... So scale, if any of you guys do not know, hi from Kerala. Nice to have you here. Where is Kerala? I've never heard about that. So the scale, the brand... Why did I change the scale? Well, the brand name scale, that if you don't know, I also have a 3D rendering agency where I work projects with clients. And I mean, that's the name of the agency. And I thought that my education business was getting a bit too mixed up with my services side of business. So I thought that my personal brand could be my educational uh, business, I guess, and then scale, I would just leave that off as my services business. Anyway, but I appreciate you for staying around this long for the channel. Watching from the Philippines, watching from India, thank you very much for joining in. Kanith, Manira, I appreciate that. As you guys can notice, we have people from all over the world, and I'm always glad to hear where you guys are from. So, yeah. Anyway, now we have to move over to some more stuff. I'm thinking one of the things that bothers me is the fact that we can view the interior here. But what I would say is, I don't know, maybe let's try and find maybe another building here at the distance which we could place, or maybe I just tweak the glass here on the windows. I don't think we can do much more for the glass here. We can increase the opacity, I guess, but yeah. I would like to share some of my designs with you and give me your reviews. I'm gonna have a render review soon as a live stream, so watch out from that, and I'll make sure to include as many renderings as possible into the live stream. Anyway, so we have 3 steps left. First, I'm gonna test out a few different HDRIs, and I want you guys to stay around here with me, and I want you to vote to help me choose the best HDRI. Then I'm gonna do all the final tweaks of the materials. Then I'm gonna do the visual settings, and that's probably gonna be the final render. What do you guys think? Does it sound like a plan? Is everyone ready to join me in this? So, in order for me to test out different HDRIs, I'm gonna rename this as HDRI 1, and then I'm gonna duplicate this as HDRI 2, and then I'm going to duplicate, well, not rename, I'm going to duplicate this as HDRI 3. Let me just fix the order of this. Perfect. Then I'm going to go to sky. I'm going to choose 3 different HDRIs. Well, let me go to Enscape resources, HDRI. I'm going to try this wasteland clouds. Oh, this one, I think this one could look very cool. Maybe if I can find an angle from this side. It's almost like an early morning type of lighting. Your videos helped me a lot in creating better renders and achieving more clients as a freelancer. Watching from Nepal, that's great to hear. Obviously, I always love when people like thank me in terms of helping improving the renders. But one thing that I love the most is when I hear that people are being able to obviously get clients as freelancers through the skills that I help teach them. Honestly, that really makes me the happiest, believe it or not. So like it truly is one of the things that I'm very passionate about. From Kigali City, where's Kigali? I've never heard of a lot of these places you guys are mentioning. This one, I don't think this one's gonna work. I'm not gonna even shortlist it. Cloudy. Let me see. Let me try and get. No, I don't like this. What about evening fire? This one could look cool, I guess. I think the right light direction is from this side, right? From the left, Rwanda, nice. That's great. I mean, I don't think I've noticed if you're from Rwanda until now. Which computer are you using? Is it a desktop? Yes, it is a desktop, and it is an RTX 2060 with 128 gigabytes of RAM and an i9 Intel CPU. But honestly, I don't even use it to the maximum capabilities. You don't need this type of PC in order to create Enscape renders. I started with a much worse PC and it worked completely fine. I don't feel any difference. Maybe a little bit faster, but not like a huge difference. Let's try Sunset HDRI. Let's see how this will look. Oh, hopefully SketchUp doesn't crash now because I haven't saved the file in a while. If it doesn't, hopefully it lets me save the file because I don't want to lose the progress. Can you share the link to download the HDRI? All the HDRIs that I use here are in Polyhaven. Polyhaven.com. I'm not affiliated by them, but it's just what I've been using for the longest time, ever since I started doing 3D renders here. You know what? I like this sunset look as well, but I'm gonna do some rotation. I'm settling for the first option. Let's check. Let me first set all of them. There's highly reflective material. Yeah, this one, it's aluminum. It's supposed to be that way because this is kind of an industrial building. Albert from Atlanta, nice to have you here, Albert, as well. I noticed that you join in almost every single one of the live streams, so it's nice to have you here. I'm not sure about this one. Sunset 2. Maybe I could try the Urban HDRI as well. This one looks good in terms of colors. Yeah, it's a sunset one, so it should look something like this. It may be a bit too violet, like in terms of colors, and a bit too pinkish, but that's what you get with sunset HDRIs. Let's wait a bit until this one loads up as well. No, I think this one's way too harsh. Let me try one final one. Wait, which one did I try here? It was the Wasteland Clouds. So maybe I tried the Abandoned Farm one. Some GPUs don't allow ray tracing, useful when doing interiors. Yeah, I think RTX GPUs allow ray tracing. Why not try HDRI with a city background? I don't know. I think sometimes the background buildings look a bit too fake when in HDRI. Let me try the morning. Oh no, this doesn't look good. Is there another HDRI that I can use here or not? Oh yeah, there's another one. I think this one is very, very heavy, but I think I bought this. This is the only HDRI that I ever paid for, and I was a bit underwhelmed by the results. Most of the time, don't pay for an HDRI because usually the best ones are free anyway. Sun brightness shouldn't be that high, first of all. Second of all, I don't like this at all. So I'm just going to take this off. And for now, I'm just going to leave those two options. So HDRI 1, this is what we have as an option. I'm going to try and rotate it and maybe find this angle of the light, honestly, I like it a lot. I know it doesn't emphasize a lot of the points of the building, but still looks very, very nice. Wait, first, let's use the angle of the sun. So this is option 1 at, what is it, like 30%, 30 degrees, or 250 degrees. Okay, so this is at 250 degrees. This is 250, and this is 30. Which guys do you like more? I understand that the first one probably emphasizes more of the building, but I just think, I don't know. I like both of them, honestly. Maybe the 251. What do you think? Should we leave the sun at 250 degrees? Let me know in the comments. I think I'm going to leave it like this. And then HDRI 2. So not from this side, but probably something like this. 30 looks artistic, yes, but the other one emphasizes the point better. Let me check and see if I can find another HDRI as well. I want to try one last option here. I'm just checking for something real quick. Okay. 250 looks better for architectural showcasing. Yes, true. I agree with you. 30 degrees, 30 what? Uh, I don't know. I know it's a city one, but sometimes buildings look out of scale. 30 degrees looks great. I don't know. Let me try out one other HDRI in the meantime, and we will try the other one as well. One quick second. Sunrise HDRI. Let's see how this one looks. Come on. See this one, like I even really like this one. Now I have no clue which one I'm gonna choose. See an angle like this, honestly, I think I'm gonna do two angles. I think I'm gonna do two angles of the sun in the renders. Anyway, let's first choose the HDRI. So this is option 3, right? This is option 3. This is option 3. This is option 1. Let's check them. This is option 1. What if I decrease this to like 60? I mean, it's the same thing. Let's just 40, 30, same thing. This is option 1 of the HDRI, right? This is option 2 of the HDRI. Yeah, I understand that, and I think Enscape take cares of that pretty well because we can just click brightest point in sun direction. Anyway, sun brightness 30% on this. Will that work? Not sure. Let's see. And this is the third one. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you like the first one, the second one, or the third one? Vote in the chat. I'm going to be counting out all the votes and I'm going to choose whichever one you guys like best. I think all of them work fine. My personal favorite, probably number 3, just because it is a bit more moody and unique. But I mean, and I don't think we can go wrong with any of them. Anyway, number 1, number 2, or number 3. Pratirov says third one for sure. Pau says number 1. Yiden Kachev says third. So right now the third one is winning. I'm gonna wait just a few more seconds for any more votes. We have the third one, so 3 people voted for the third one. Three, 1. I like the second. There's 1 vote for the second. We have 4 votes for number 3. And then we have 3 votes for number 1. Let's see. Number 1. Okay, so number 1 and number 4 are tying. Number 1 and number 3 are tying up for 4 votes each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I think I'm gonna wait for like 2 or 3 more votes, and I'm gonna choose the final one. And we're gonna see how this whole thing plays out. Option 3. Option 3 is heading right now. Is leading. So yeah. Okay. You know what? Only 1 vote for HDRI 2, so I'm gonna take that off. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 1 render of option 1 and 1 render of option 3, and then I'm also gonna switch the angles on them. So yeah. Perfect. All right. I think there's stuff we can do in order to fix them in visual settings. I'm not sure if I want to go through all of them in this live stream. There's things that we can improve in the materials and probably add some vegetation in the balconies and improve this render overall. However, I think we're at a good baseline and we included some cool tips here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna render this out with both HDRIs, and then I'm also gonna switch the sun angle on them and we're gonna see how this will turn out. Let me go over here in my live stream folder. HDRI 3 angle 1. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna switch the sun angle on this one, so something coming in from this. Angle 2. I think it came out really cool. I like the mood, I like the context that it has. It probably can be a lot better if I if I just improve some of the textures and add some more context to the balconies, but I mean, it's still overall looking very cool. Anyway, so let's go to HDRI 1 once again. We have HDRI 1 angle 1. Perfect. If you guys have any other questions in the meantime, I'll be happy to answer any of them. But you feel free to ask anything that you think I would be able to answer at the best of my ability. HDRI 1 angle 2. And now I'm gonna open all the renders that we created, and I'm gonna check them together with you, and you guys let me know what you think. What is your overall thoughts in today's live stream? Let me know if you enjoyed while this render is getting exported. And yep, let's just go back here. Okay, so I have all the renders here. This is HDRI 1 angle 1. Looks quite cool. I see a lot of improvements. Maybe I'm just being too picky, but I like this very much. This is HDRI 1 angle 2. I really like the way the sun reflects on these bricks here. This may be a bit too dark and it needs more emphasis, but I think that's still fine. And then this is HDRI 3. I really like how it reflected on these bricks as well. Honestly, looks pretty good. And then this is HDRI 3 angle 2, looking just as good too. I think these renders are pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think. In the meantime, I just have to show you this because right now I'm running a spring sale on the 14-day realistic rendering program, where you can get it for only $98, and it's gonna run out in less than 48 hours, honestly, like 36 hours, something like that. So this is the 14-day realistic rendering program. I'm gonna post the link in the chat, and you guys can check that out. Honestly, take action for this opportunity because it's usually at $398. Right now it's $98, and it's gonna like run out in less than 48 hours. So go through the link. I will be waiting for you at the community. If you have any other questions, let me know. Do you post render it? Not usually. Not my clients usually ask for a walkthrough kind of video of features, which I find really hard to deliver using Enscape. Any tips? Honestly, walkthroughs are pretty easy in Enscape. I think one tip that I can give you is probably do not focus a lot on the tools here because those you probably know how to use them. Focus on learning composition because that's general, is the same as photography, videography, and rendering with Enscape. Any tips on how to make the grass more variable and look natural? Yeah, I mean, you can go to the Enscape material editor, choose grass, and add the height variation if you wanted to. Or you can use a texture which has variation in terms of the colors and shades that it projects. But other than that, not much else you can do for grass. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining this live stream. It was like 45 minutes long in terms of work. Hope you enjoyed. Honestly, I'm happy with the results that we produced today. There's room for improvement on all of these, but I still think overall they came out looking very nice. Hope you enjoyed, and I will definitely see you on next week's live stream. Bye.